Hi everyone, my name is Claude.
And I'm Clinton, and we're the Lamest Defenders. On this week's We've Got Issues, we wrap up a couple events that started off a few months ago, and Claude reviews the newest Amazing Spider-Man.
Let's do it.
Be sure to visit our sponsor at BaskervilleProductions.com.
Welcome back, everyone. So starting off, let's just jump into Amazing Spider-Man issue number 36. This one is, Nick Spencer's attempt to kind of meld time travel with another event that revolves around Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099.
That always works out well.
And honestly, the last issue 35, kind of seemed, unnecessary. It was just a gap where if I bought it, it just kind of, it wasn't great, basically. It was just a filler to get to a better issue, which issue 36 is. Okay. It's a little bit better. A lot of focus on how they're resolving the issue, especially with Doom and Spider-Man. So there's a lot of Doom versus Spider-Man, a lot. And it's kind of cool because you don't see those characters fight that often, and it's just maybe 6 or 7 pages of Spider-Man just getting whooped. And it's pretty cool. And a couple issues ago, there's this device that Peter Parker is involved with making with basically another student at his university, and it kind of tells the results of what happened in the future, like the different parallel events if a decision was made. So he takes advantage of that to see what advantages he could take in a battle with Dr. Doom, and nearly all of them fail because Dr. Doom is really good. But eventually he does find a way to kind of solve the issue, obviously. But it kind of one issue I had, I'm saying issue a lot, but Dr. Doom is just getting played like a fool. Like there's just some strings getting pulled in all directions, and Dr. Doom is in the middle of all of them, making the dumbest decisions. And it just seems he's just an idiot in this comic. Like his pride is taking a beating, and he's just an ass, And
well, he got his PhD in herbology, not supervillainy.
That's true. That's true. So I mean, all in all,
don't correct that in the comics. That was a joke.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
But basically, this issue is pretty good. I like it a lot better than issue 35, and I would say pick it up if you could just stomach issue 35 and just get past that one, because that one's pretty boring.
Okay.
So
well, anything I feel like. Personally, anything with Dr. Doom makes anything better.
Right.
He's so great. But,
yeah.
So Annihilation Scourge wrapped up this week with Annihilation Scourge Omega. Mm-hmm. Pretty short run. About I think it was 6 issues.
Yeah.
So this one, you have all the heroes in the negative zone. They're trying to protect all the refugees from the war with the Sentry and the Void and the Cancerverse.
Lots going on.
A lot is going on. It wraps it up very well. I don't want to spoil too much on this, because there is also, if I go through point by point of what's happening in this issue, it'll probably take me about 10 minutes to get through this. So,
and we have a bunch of we've reviewed every single one of them that we kind of delve into the details of each one of those. So
it's very satisfying how they resolved it. I do want to say there is one part where Mr. Fantastic is got a thing about Dr. Doom. Mr. Fantastic is prepared to destroy the portal from the negative zone to basically prevent anyone from escaping. He's like, no, we've got to do this. We've got to save all these people. He's like, because if they get to this portal, everyone else is
game over.
Everyone's done. So it's just like, okay. So, Ben and Reed are having a nice little heart-to-heart for a moment, and he's like, yeah, we got to do it. So then all of a sudden the portal turns on, and then you have this beautiful splash page of pretty much every flyer. Like every person who can fly in the Marvel Universe is on this page, and Nova, the 2 Novas are leading them, and it just looks really cool. A very, very Endgame, very reminiscent of Avengers Endgame. So that was really neat. And then Nova, I don't want to say too much because so I don't want to. It's a buy. It's just a buy. If you're sticking with the series, obviously you're going to get this one. I would actually try to pick up the other issues, or at least pick up I believe it was Alpha, the first issue. Pick up Alpha, maybe 1 or 2 of the tie-ins, just to get a better idea of the story, and then get Omega.
Yeah.
Because this is good.
Right.
And I think it's actually setting the stage for a Nova return.
I was about to ask, do you think he's going to get his own series?
I think it's setting the stage for him to come back.
Cool.
Oh, it is funny. I do want to make this point real quick. Because Annihilus, like the Fantastic Four, they've been there for over 2 months, basically, in their time. And
into the negative zone.
In the negative zone. And Nova shows up, and it's like, well, we've been helping out the refugees and doing this, and Johnny's leading these people, and Sue's keeping the planet hidden and all that stuff. And then Annihilus pops out of nowhere and is like, wrong, I lead the planet. It's just like, and then Reed goes, like, yeah, he's been saying that every day for 2 months.
That's
so, yeah.
awesome.
It was funny.
I love how they're writing him, because he's just like a really angry bug.
He is a mustache twirling.
He did have a mustache in one of the issues for the.
It's funny, and there's a great joke at Better Ray Bill's expense as well.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to spoil. So yeah, just get it. It's pretty good.
It's a fun series for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad they're cutting it off now. It was just such a short run. I feel like it's kind of resetting the cosmic Marvel, which is nice. So.
I like how fast it was too. Like, with Absolute Carnage, that was kind of frustrating because it was a really short event. There was only 5 actual issues, but it took like 6 months, and it's really just by the time you get to the end of it, you're like, I don't care anymore.
What was this, like 5 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks? Like,
yeah,
this was
every week you get something.
Yeah.
So
that was the way to do it. Good job, Marvel. Keep it up on this. Like, don't draw this stuff out. Just do this. This is fine. So.
Gotcha. So for my last review, it's History of the Marvel Universe. It's issue number 6 of 6. It's created by Mark Waid, and it's just kind of Franklin Richards and Galactus are at the end of the world in the future because Franklin Richards is an adult, and Galactus and Franklin Richards are just retelling the history of all the Marvel Universe. So it's really cool to kind of get into each decade and the huge events and the huge happenings of Marvel's 80 plus history. And this one, because it's the last one, it tells of the most recent events that's happened. So you have stuff like, you have Secret Wars that came out, I think it was like 2013. You have the Terrigen Mist with the Inhumans that created Miss Marvel. You have the retelling of Superior Spider-Man, which I'm a huge fan of that because that was done really well. You have Spider-Verse, the original one that the movie's kind of based on, with the Inheritors as villains. And really, it's just a fun comic. This one I feel like you need to read if you get any of them, just because it tells, it also has stuff like with House and Powers of X, and it does a really good job describing that really confusing event in like 4 or 5 chat bubbles. So that was
Jonathan Hickman's like, my life.
All 12 issues unnecessary.
Reduced down to nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, this one's a great one. This is 6 of 6, so there's nothing else really left. It's really cool at the back of each of these comics is I would say half the comic is just backstory and summaries of all the comics they talk about. So if you're not familiar with them, or if you didn't read them at all, it's great. So totally recommend this one. I would say out of the history of the Marvel Universe, I would get issue number 1, issues 4, 5, and 6, and kind of skip the other ones.
This one looked like a great start up to current Marvel. So over the last, would you say, like 15 years, I guess, 10 to 15 years? So yeah, that'd be a great thing to start with.
Definitely. So that is all we have for our comic book reviews this week. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay on the lookout for next week's Marvel Ultimate Alliance Rise of the Phoenix DLC review that we're doing. So we're going to work really hard on that and have pretty much 4 videos. So it would be a review for the DLC, and then I guess it'd be 5 videos because we'll have
overall.
We'll have an overview for Phoenix, Gambit, Iceman, and Cable. So
you got to call it Sunrise of the Phoenix. Claw's getting up early for that one.
Yeah, so pretty exciting, but those videos are really fun to make.
Yeah.
So that's all we have.
Thanks so much. Stay lame.
See you guys.